Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of my Grand Exchange only account. The rules for this account are very simple: no leaving the Grand Exchange, no trading other players, and no picking up items off the ground that anyone may have left there for me. The ultimate goal is to achieve 1000 total level without ever leaving the Grand Exchange area. In my opinion, we are now solidly into the mid-game. Training methods are starting to slow down very quickly now, and we're kind of at a really interesting point in the account. We need a lot of money to be able to afford some of the better training methods, but we also need to spend that money, so we're kind of needing to try to find a compromise between the two right now. But this week we definitely made a lot of progress. As always guys, I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, I really appreciate it if you leave the video a like. It really does help my video get recommended to other people, so more people can enjoy the series. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright guys, so here are what the stats are looking like right now. Currently we're at a total level of 717, which means we only have about just shy of 300 total levels to go. Now I'm pretty much going to be working on a variety of different skills, all the while trying to earn a bit of extra money. The reality is that some of the better training methods, for example for magic or for fletching, just require a lot of capital. They're not really necessarily expensive, but they just require a lot of money to do efficiently. A good example is enchanting bolts. Like, we need a ton of money to buy a bunch of bolts because you can enchant them so quickly. So if we're really low on cash, that's just not going to work. So we're going to attempt to maintain a high-ish cash stack for that eventuality. So we are starting off here with a bit of combat training. We're about to hit level 25 defense. Not super useful for the account, but we are going to do combat training whenever we get the chance because there's just so many total levels here. There are essentially 5 different skills here that all need to be leveled up, probably at least to mid 40s or 50, so we're going to have to deal with that eventually. Okay, in the last episode I mentioned how I wanted to try doing a crafting and magic combo training method, and that was buying a bunch of dragonhide, in this case green dragonhide, turning them into bodies, and then alching them. In theory, we should make a bit of money alching them, which will be a profitable magic training method, and will help offset the cost of crafting. Haven't tried it yet, but we're going to invest pretty much all of our money in here. We shouldn't lose too much. 8,000 green dragon leather, and with all of that, we'll probably need to buy around 2,500 nature runes as well. So essentially, we're going to have to alch this 2,600 times, which is going to take probably an extra 2 hours or so. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and craft all of the bodies together, see how many levels we get, and in the end, see if it's actually worth high alching them. Alright, so we finally finished all 8,000 dragon leather, and that took about 2 hours, but we gained a ton of experience, probably close to 600,000 or something like that, which got us 5 crafting levels, which is actually a pretty significant amount considering the crafting level that I am currently at. So now we have to go ahead and alch nearly 3,000 of them though. Okay, so one of the big benefits of alching these is it should be profitable, but also we can do it outside of the Grand Exchange area. If we do it out here in the forest, I guess you would call it, we can get some random events to spawn while we're doing it. I am always looking for those random events, even though we haven't gotten one that I want yet. I think I could probably do just over 1,000 alchs per hour, maybe more, but yeah, it's going to take at least 2 hours, I think. Okay, well, part 1 of the plan worked. We did get a random event. Another mime one, though. We almost have the full outfit, or maybe we do. Hey, that's kind of weird. I've never seen an imp drop that before. It's a shark. Oh, it's a surf shark, which is the sponsor of today's video. So you might be asking now, what's a surf shark? Well, simply put, Surfshark is an industry-leading VPN, which really changes your everyday internet usage into something that is truly safe and secure. For anyone who has played pretty much any amount of RuneScape, you know how frequently players get their account hacked. I mean, seriously, at this point, I'm more worried about my RuneScape account than I am about my bank account. That is saying something. However, with Surfshark, you can really help protect against malicious activity like this. They use industry-leading encryption to help keep you safe, as well as stuff like their clean web feature, which actually will help block out phishing attempts in your email, which I found really useful. Surfshark also allows me to watch some of my favorite shows on Netflix that are normally blocked here in Canada, which I find is way quicker than paddling over there in my canoe, which I used to do, and that took ages, trust me. I have also found that shopping with Surfshark can actually help save you money. For one, you can shop from a bunch of different locations, but also I've noticed that shops will often increase the price of items that you're looking at as you show more interest. So definitely go check them out with the link in my description. Right now they're actually offering a Black Friday deal, which will give you an 83% discount and 4 months for free. So if you want to help support the channel, definitely go check them out. And thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. We're taking a quick break from Alkene because that kind of sucks. We got 33 hit points though, that's nice. And with this last imp here, that will bring all of my combat stats up to 30. That's a nice place to leave them for now. Eventually, we do want to get at least 40 attack because we actually do unlock something at that level. And that is the ability to wear battle staves like the Mist Battle Staff or the Steam Battle Staff, for example, so we can save on runes. You know what, guys? I don't think I'm a big fan of High Alkene. It's pretty repetitive and boring. The experience rate is okay, but it's fairly click intensive for something that's not that amazing. With that said though, we are up to 71 magic, our very first magic level so far of this grind. Essentially though, this is tagging on an extra 2 hours to this entire process, so doubling the total time investment. And there's another magic level, there is 72 magic. We are nearly done with all of the bodies, so that's good. We got at least 2 full magic levels. And we gained around 150k magic experience. Okay, so we are finally about done here. We went through all of the bodies and nature runes. The real question though is how much money did this save us or cost us? What's the cost breakdown? Now in the end here, this didn't actually end up saving me much money, but that might not be 100% a fair comparison. We ended up losing around 630k on this, but comparing it to last time, I think I got a way better deal on the green dragon hide, so take what you will from this. Personally, as it didn't seem to make much of a difference, I am not going to be alking these going into the future. I don't think it's worth my time. I think it's a much better idea to just do something else to make some money and then train magic through a quicker and maybe less click intensive method. Hey guys, I got the new Bee random event, which means we have a chance of getting a brand new unique item, which is the Beekeeper Outfit. Of course, with my luck, I'm probably just gonna get flax, but you know what, we're gonna do it anyway. Oh my god, they made this so much easier. Do you remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to do this random event? Okay, buddy, just give me my flax and let's move on. Piece of. Now I have a couple of interesting ideas here. I'm not really sure if they're gonna work, but we're gonna try them. So first up here we have Myth Grapple Tips, which we're gonna turn into Myth Grapples for hopefully a profit. We have Mithril Limbs, which we're hopefully gonna turn into Mithril Crossbows for a profit. And we have some Dragonstone Amulets, which we're gonna turn into Amulets of Glory, hopefully for break even, or maybe even a profit as well. The Myth Grapple Tips and the Mithril Limbs took a long time to buy. Most people aren't making these items because they're not really worth it. But because they're so obscure, I'm pretty sure Mithril Crossbows are selling for almost 2,000 each, and Mithril Grapples are somewhere around 1,500, so we're looking to make a really good margin, but it for sure is a very obscure item, so it could go either way. So we'll start off here with the Myth Grapples, which requires us to get rope and Mithril Bolts. Okay. Forgot rope has a vine limit restriction, damn it. Well, maybe I'll start with the Mithril Crossbows then instead. Okay, the only major problem I have seen with making the Mithril Crossbows is that absolutely nobody was selling maple stock, so I had to go ahead and make them myself. A little more time invested there, but you know what, it only took around 20 minutes, so it's still, I think, going to be worth it, assuming that we can sell the Mithril Crossbows for 2,000 each. Now, why they are selling for that much, I don't know. I think it might be a clue scroll item or used for quests or something, but it is definitely in demand and actually not bad fletching experience. If we actually got a lot of these, this would be a good training method. Well, look at that, 140k per hour fletching experience just making Mithril Crossbows. Now that's a thought. I wonder if making adamant crossbows or even rune crossbows could be profitable, and if so, what the experience per hour would look like. Again, that's another good example of why I need to kind of hoard cash. I would need a lot of money to be able to attempt that at all. Okay, well, unfortunately, you get half the experience for stringing the crossbow, but whatever, we'll go ahead and finish the 600 we got in the bank and just see how much money we can make doing it. Okay, so while I was waiting for a few things to buy, we ended up going ahead and enchanting all of our Dragonstone amulets. Unfortunately, we're just shy of level 73, but those 1000 pretty much got us all the way there. Enchanting Dragonstone is the same experience per hour as alching while being totally AFK. It looks like we're gonna pretty well break even on the Dragonstone amulets, but that's not really the point. Mainly we're doing it as a training method. Okay, so we managed to get 1000 robes and 2000 mithril grapple tips. Those surprisingly started coming through kind of quickly. Okay, so I think we have to use the mithril bolt on the myth grapple tip first. All right, I guess we'll do these one at a time. Now, what's kind of unfortunate about making mithril grapples is there is no automatic processing for the last part of it. You have to click each individual one together, which is extremely annoying. Granted, you can do it pretty quickly, but there's no menu. You just have to do this the entire time. And on top of that, no experience, which kind of sucks as well. Hopefully this will be worth it though and we'll make some money. Well, there we go. We finished up our first lot of 1000 mithril grapples. A little time consuming, a little click intensive, but in the end it didn't actually take us much time and we're primed to make a fair bit of money on it. Because look at this, I tried buying one earlier and they're currently selling for nearly 2000 GP each, which is a massive profit of something like 1500, 1600 GP, which is amazing. Hopefully we can sell them all at that price. Here's our first mystery box and it is a diamond. Damn it, we're hoping for that stale baguette. Okay, so I suppose one of my underlooked skills right now is fire making. There's a lot of easy total levels here left, so we're gonna start burning through a couple maple logs I have in my bank right now. Now, fire making is kind of interesting. It's not as cheap as you would imagine for most of it. Burning maple logs is dirt cheap. These things cost nothing. But now that we're level 60, we can burn yew logs, but it's actually not that cheap. The GP to XP is similar, at least at this point, to making green dragonite bodies. And just on principle, I don't want to spend as much on fire making as I am on crafting. That just seems ridiculous. So we actually did quite a bit of fire making today, and we were going to get all the way up to level 63 fire making, I think. So a ton of total levels. Keeping in mind though, once we get to 90, this is going to be great. I mean, we'll have access to redwood logs, which are going to be dirt cheap, and really, really good experience per hour. Oh man, we finished another lot of mithril grapples. There is 2,000 now in total. That is a lot of myth grapples. Okay, so we finally sold off all of our mithril crossbows and we made a lot of money on it. For every mithril crossbow, we ended up making 1.5k in profit, which means on just under 600, we made 870k in profit on the mythic grapples. That is definitely a really good time investment. Now, one really good moneymaker that I put off for a little while now is making unfinished potions. I was kind of hesitant at first just because it didn't provide any experience, but I think that was maybe a little idealistic. We're definitely going to have to make money through methods that don't provide any experience sometimes, and this one is one of the best, so we're going to go ahead and do it. So what I ended up doing is buying 4,000 vials of water and 4,000 cadentine. Combining those together earns me about 200 GP in profit per potion right now, which is really, really good. Making 4,000 unfinished potions took me about an hour, and they should sell pretty quickly because they're in demand for herbler training and stuff like that. Alright, so while we're waiting for those to sell off, we're going to do a little bit more fire making training. Unfortunately, we're kind of just going to have to go with maple logs for a long time. I might consider doing yew logs, but that's still about 1.5 GP to XP, which just seems insane for a skill that has absolutely no purpose to me. It would be a lot quicker though, so we might consider it at some point. Okay, I just finished another big lot of mithril crossbows. We're doing a lot at once right now, so hopefully I'm not confusing you too much. But anyway, we have another 800 mithril crossbows in the bank. Okay, so there we go. We sold off our cadentine potions, and for a really nice profit of 900k. That is amazing for an hour's work. Sure, no experience, but a ton of money, and it's pretty AFK as well. We also managed to buy another 4,000 cadentines, so we're just going to do it again. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention on the mithril grapples, which I think I combined with the other offer, yeah. We have sold 1,000 of those so far for a 1.2k profit on each one, which is a 1.2 mil profit making myth grapples. Kind of crazy, right? Okay, so I think that's gonna be the last of my money making for now. We just finished off another lot of Cadentine potions, which hopefully we can sell back for another 800, 900k profit. I think assuming that we can sell everything for what we hope we can, we should be nearing around 20 mil. But yeah, I think that's enough money making for now. Look at all those offers we gotta wait for. Well, here we are back at it again, agility training. Definitely something I need to kind of space out, do a little bit every once in a while. So we're going to do another lot of training, maybe another half an hour, 40 minutes or something. See how many levels we can get. The levels still are coming through pretty quickly, but really there's only so much you can do when you're only getting 2.5 experience per action. It is undoubtedly going to be slow. Well, there we go, guys. An hour of agility training later, and we are now level 21 agility, which means we've now unlocked the Grand Exchange shortcut. Oh my god, guys, we can leave. All right, woohoo, series done. Peace. Okay, so there's another lot of Cadentine potions sold off for an 830k profit. We are making bank on those. I'm definitely regretting putting that off so long. That is definitely one of the best money makers that I can do here. Now, while I was in the process of alching those dehyde bodies for like 2 hours, in the back of my head, I was just thinking, man, I should be superheating. The experience per hour is actually better, and I'm going to get smithing experience as well, and it's just something I definitely have to do. So I went ahead and invested in around 1600 nature runes and silver ore, which should be the best training method until 40. I'm deciding to totally skip over steel bars. It just sounds too annoying, and it's way more expensive as well. So we're going to do this to 40. From 40 onwards, we're going to do gold ore. After that, I haven't quite decided yet, but we're going to do probably what's ever the most cost effective. Okay, so just like that, we already got another magic level coming in here. That is going to be level 73 magic. If you're kind of paying attention while you do this, you can get up to around 90k per hour, even up to 100k if you're kind of tick perfect. Okay, we got a big smithing level coming in here. That is 35 smithing. Can I make a steel scimitar if we had an anvil? Cry. The amount of silver ore I bought should exactly get me to 40, so we have about 1,000 left, which will take around half an hour. Yes, there it is, the lederhosen hat. This is actually prime fashionscape right now. Look at that, that's great. Alright, so that is going to be my last inventory. We got the dope hat on. But there we go, that is level 40 smithing. A ton of total levels we just got there, I think 10. And we can now superheat gold ore, which we're definitely going to take advantage of pretty soon. So that brought us up to 761 total level, and we've also earned a ton of money this episode. Anyway guys, that is where I'm going to end it for today. We're finishing this episode off at 761 total level, which is a gain of 44 total levels today. Obviously not as much as last time, but you know what, things are slowing down. I still think we made a lot of good progress. The majority of these are fire making levels and smithing levels and whatnot. However, in addition to that, we also made a ton of money today. Now, unfortunately, the market for Mithril Crossbows totally destroyed, so unfortunately you guys don't get the absolute pleasure of crashing it yourself. We've waited a couple days, no luck, so unfortunately we were going to be at 20 mil, but now we're a little bit short, guys. We're at 19.1 or something. But that's beside the point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. So next week, we're going to have quite a bit of money to play with. We're going to start investing that into even a couple new things I haven't tried before. And maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, we can maybe crest the 800 total level mark. Now, before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to one of my newest subscribers, James Luft, who just subscribed at the Dragon tier of YouTube membership, joining Brad Sings, Tidstock Bunny, Revolver Ocelot, and Kush Patel, all at the Dragon tier. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And also a huge shout out to Luke Kaiser, Base Titch, Heathen, OSRS, and Double Talk for your continued support. If you guys are looking for an additional way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You can become immortalized in some of my videos, get access to my video release schedule, as well as get a custom role in my Discord channel. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.